Welcome back to our channel. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey into the enigmatic character of Job's wife. In the timeless story of Job, she appears as a mysterious figure who challenges her husband's faith in the midst of unimaginable suffering. Who is she, and what role does she play in this tragic tale? Join us as we unravel the story behind Job's wife, exploring different interpretations and shedding light on her significance. Before we jump into the main content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. We have a lot of exciting content coming your way. Now, let's get ready to delve into the depths of this ancient narrative and discover the untold aspects of Job's wife's role. Let's dive right in. Job's wife appears briefly in the story of Job, only to disappear without much explanation. Who is she, and what role does she play in this tragic tale? After a series of devastating events, including the loss of their children, flocks, and crops, Job finds himself in immense pain. It is during this time that we meet a new character, Job's wife. But who is she, and what happens to her after her appearance? Different interpretations surround Job's wife. Some view her as a figure akin to the devil, causing harm to her husband. Others see her as a sorrowful woman attempting to alleviate her own suffering. There are even versions that suggest she may be Dinah, Jacob's daughter. Today, we will delve deeper into her story and try to uncover more about her. The only mention of Job's wife in the book of Job is when she speaks to him after he takes a piece of broken pottery and scrapes himself with it, sitting among the ashes. She questions whether he still maintains his integrity and suggests he curse God and die. Job responds by calling her foolish and questioning whether they should only accept good from God and not trouble. Job 2 verses 8 to 10. After this encounter, Job's wife is not mentioned again, and her fate remains unknown. In later chapters, Job has 10 more children, but it is unclear if they are from the same woman. While her name is not given in the biblical accounts, there are hints throughout the Bible that shed light on her role. Although she does not play a significant role in Job's story, she seems to emphasize Job's righteousness. Despite attempts to incite him to curse God, Job remains faithful. His response to his wife's words shows his unwavering belief in accepting both good and trouble from God. The biblical author cynically uses Job's wife to highlight Job's character. Depicting her without a name, she is portrayed as an unreal, inhuman, wicked being. Job's wife, as a secondary character, becomes the catalyst for Job to express his inner feelings. His reaction, rejecting her words, may stem from his fear of himself and the fact that her words touched his hidden emotions. Though Job's wife's role is small, it reveals the gap between her and Job caused by his suffering. In a special book called The Testament of Job, written between the 1st century BCE and the 1st century CE, Job's wife is portrayed in a positive light. In this book, she is named Usit, signifying her importance and existence. The Testament of Job describes her devotion to Job, her willingness to endure hardships and sacrifice her dignity to care for him. Another theory suggests that Job's wife may be identified as Dinah, the daughter of Jacob. Pseudo-Philo, another book written after the destruction of the Second Temple, presents the idea that Job married Dinah after the events in Nablus involving her. While the biblical account leaves the fate of Job's wife ambiguous, these additional texts provide different perspectives and shed light on her significance. Whether viewed as a troubling figure or a devoted wife, Job's wife adds complexity to the story, revealing the depth of Job's suffering and his unwavering faith in the face of adversity. Simeon and Levi, together, have a large family consisting of 14 sons and 6 daughters. Before Job faces his difficult times, 7 sons and 3 daughters are born. Then, after God intervenes and restores Job's life, another 7 sons and 3 daughters are born. Dinah, like many others, becomes deeply upset by the immense suffering they experience. She cries out and rebels against the hardships. However, Job, despite enduring numerous problems, remains silent and accepts everything that comes his way. Both Job and Dinah, his wife, suffer the loss of children, property, and social standing. Dinah not only faces terrible circumstances but also has to care for a husband who is mentally unwell. Given the ups and downs in Dinah's life, it's understandable that she becomes angry with Job. Her outcry against suffering causes Job to reflect on his faith differently. In Psalm 14, the same derogatory insult Job uses against Dinah is employed. It states, "The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt, their deeds are vile, there is no one who does good." Psalm 14 verse 1. The Bible also references sexual violence as a lewd act. When Jacob is informed of the rape of Dinah, he is shocked and furious. It is described as an outrageous act in Israel for Shechem to sleep with Jacob's daughter, something that should never be done, Genesis 34 verse 7. A similar occurrence is found in the story of Tamar, David's daughter. After the rape, she confronts Amnon and says, "No, my brother. Don't force me. Such a thing should not be done in Israel. Don't do this wicked thing." 2 Samuel 13 verses 12 to 13. She questions how she will rid herself of the disgrace and warns him that he would be viewed as a wicked fool in Israel. While Job does not accuse his wife of sexual intrusion, he highlights the level of harm and violence embodied in her words. He requests that she allow him to grieve and suffer in his own way. Her insistence on confronting him with suffering, not just his own but also hers, leads to Dinah's challenging question, "Are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die." Job 2 verse 9. During their conversation, Dinah also ponders her own life. She questions how much hardship one can endure and whether it is worth living after experiencing traumatic rape and tragic loss. Our ability to handle difficult times is intertwined with our capacity to deconstruct and reconstruct narratives, finding new meaning in times of adversity. The stories of Dinah, Jacob's daughter, and Job's wife teach us that human suffering and tough times are not choices but experiences we undergo, overcome, and eventually move on from. Every time something breaks or causes pain, there is an opportunity for renewal and rebuilding. From the depths of suffering, the violated girl and the silenced sister emerge as powerful women who know how to rise again. Their daughters receive names, places, and inheritances, signifying their newfound strength and significance. Thank you for watching. We hope you have gained insights into the Bible through this discussion. Please consider subscribing and clicking on the notification icon for future updates. Stay tuned for more episodes where we delve into critical issues found in the Bible.